So, first installation of JW speaker 8700 Evolution 2 LED headlights on a 2015 Defender Puma. So, first thing I'd say is you must replace the little Land Rover screws that hold the metal ring around the light to the adjustment plate underneath. The tiny screws from Land Rover basically strip the threads off. It's hard to see, and you end up with no thread to hold the back plate to the actual light. Anyway, what I mean is replace them with some decent German zinc or galvanized or titanium screws, just to make these little mounting brackets a bit more firmer when you're mounting the headlight unit, like I say, to the adjustment motor. So, reading the instructions, looking at the wiring: black ground, high beam, low beam, red front position light, and the blue is the DRL. So, spade connectors on the blue for the DRL, which needs a 12-volt ignition supply from the car, and the red, which is the front position light, which means the DRL through the little computer in the LED light will go dark when the side lights are on and will be at normal brightness when you're driving. So to get it into the Defender, what I had to do was basically the blue wire is spliced up through, it's a bit hard to see of course, into the side light connector, and basically I've used connector to splice into. I always personally go the spade side is coming from the bulb or the light into the connector here, and then off of the spare connector I've taken the 12 volts. Again, it's not easy to see, but you can see the blue cable that's running the for the feed from the side light to dim the DRL. From the DRL light, which was the on the back of the headlight, I've taken a feed in through up round the top of the radiator here, fed in behind these 4 screws that are holding the front grille on, and basically wired into the other DRL. It's a bit hard to see because I've tucked it away now. Basically here I've spliced in again 12 volt coming from the car, spliced into the other DRL here, and the feed from the left hand DRL in this case into the 12 volt feed from the car here. Now I'm a bit of a tidiness cable freak, shall we say, so I've got that nicely tucked away, and the feed into the second DRL. So this is the black cable coming down here onto the back of the headlight. So onto the blue cable spade connector here goes this feed from the car, the 12 volt supply on the black cable here, and then the same as we had on the other side, the blue cable here spliced into, you can see it a little bit easier on this side, the side light connector, so the DRL dims when the side lights come on. Took the 12 volt feed from the Defender. Now, many different options you can do from the ignition feed, but the main, or the easiest one I found, and after some advice, was to splice into the orange cable. On a right hand drive car, of course, it's going to be on the left hand side of the engine, but this Defender's left hand drive, so it's over here on the side of the vehicle. So just basically spliced in again using the same kind of connector I had before. Break the 12 volt feed on the orange cable, splice off to here, and then feed the 12 volt supply underneath the coolant cable. Now of course there would be a little bit of warmth, shall we say, going through here coming from the radiator, so it's something I'll keep an eye on. I've got a plan to put a fuse, probably a 2 amp fuse in here, and maybe a switch so I can still turn or isolate the DRLs so they're not on. I don't know, driving at night, whatever, when you want complete darkness, etc. So hopefully that's helped. Next thing is obviously to connect it all back up, but I've just done a test run on the other side, so I know it works. So nothing really else to say, apart from always look on the bright side of life.